Hey everyone, welcome again to another R&R with Steve. That's reactions and reviews with me, Steve. So we're going to check out another opening for a video game, and this one is for the second Super Robot Wars original generations game for the PS3. And I am somewhat familiar with this franchise, but I'll try explaining more afterwards. This was recommended to me by Lim Teng Ngee, and like I said, I'm so sorry if I said the name wrong. I'm really bad with names. But yeah, I really appreciate the right way. If you guys can comment below on how to say the right way. I'm already messing this up. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you have any suggestions of your own on what else I should check out, whether it's more AMVs, openings, and more, I'll try my best to check it out. And you'll also get a shout out. I'll try my best to say names, but like I said, I'm not great with names. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alrighty, this looks great. PS3 had great graphics in my opinion. But then again, I don't know if this is gameplay or cinematic. This could just be cinematic. Oh. Okay, those look cool. Oh, that's a big one. Recognize this one somewhere. This is so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I recognize the line. This looks great. Oh! Still going. Second win. This is so cool. There's so much I recognize. Oh, that's new. Huh? Oh, that was so cool. But this end shot with the Earth, I'm not sure what to say about that. Okay, this was really awesome. And the cool thing is, I actually recognize so many of these. And I know I'm going to miss a bunch too, but there's definitely some machines I remember, and I'm going to have a hard time trying to say their names too. But I recognize the battleships, and I recognize, from what I can tell, because I mainly played the ones for the Game Boy Advance, and even that was not easy to find. I mean, emulators, right? But anyways, the thing is, with those, I only remember checking out Super Robot Taisen Original Generation and Original Generation 2, the two games for the Game Boy that I recognized, and that actually had an English patch. So the thing was, I recognized so many of these because, once again, it's part of that whole universe. But this takes place after the second game, it seems. I always wondered what happened afterwards. So seeing all of this is so cool. I actually remember covering the first game on Twitch. I played the second one by myself, but I never played the second one on a stream. But yeah, this is so cool. I don't know where I'll begin, because there's definitely new machines that I don't recognize. Like some of these, I don't recognize. Those two I do recognize. The names are a bit of they're going to be hard for me to say. But it's like, these two are related to another machine though. But these two are like more of an upgraded version. That takes similar, they're kind of similar though. It's hard to describe. Like, if I were to describe it in full detail, this would be a very, very long video. And also, it would get spoilery. But basically, these two are fairly new in the second game. So it's cool, so that's the one way I know this takes place after the second game. From the Game Boy Advance ones. Unless they changed the story up more, but maybe they didn't. Also, this green one's called, I want to say it's like a Just Benz or a Guest Benz. And they're like grunt suits in a sense, but it's not nice to call them grunt suits because there's some that are really powerful. And this green one, I remember, is like piloted by a character who's basically like one of the leaders of the aggressors, which is like kind of like an offshoot group of like the Earth Federation. They're all good guys, right? These guys were something else. They were like the aces, if you will. Now this one, I'm blanking on the name, but I recognize the pilot. I know who the pilot is. If you're telling me who the pilot is, I'll say who that is. But if I were to guess the machine, I'm having trouble. I'm pretty sure this is piloted by Lamia Lovelace, or W17 is what they would call her in the show. I think it's just known as the Angel, but I don't know. Or Angel G. In the show though, there's some interesting stuff that happens. Now I recognize this one only from the anime, because Super Odd Wars, they had 2 seasons, right? Of an anime, and the thing is, one anime, the first one, was to cover the first game and the events from the first Game Boy Advance game, and it wasn't just the Game Boy Advance, but the first game, and the second season was to cover the second game, and this was teased in Original Generation's The Inspector. I mean, obviously it showed up in games too, right? But I only remember seeing this in the anime. It would have been cool to see it in the games, but I don't know if they ever had it in the Game Boy games. At least the ones I checked out, anyways. But it would have been so cool if they did. They just had always, like, just flying units, and it was so cool. Like, some that transform, and some that didn't have to transform to fly. So it's so cool to see that. And you can really see some of these vary in size. Like this one. The Angel one again. I think they have model kits now of some of these. Like from Bandai, I want to say, but I might be mistaken. I recognize that battleship. I think it was the Hagane, or I could be mistaken though. And this one too, the Red Dragon. I'm going to have trouble if I say the other name. I want to try, but I know I'm going to mess it up. We don't even get to see the alt, but you can tell that's the alt because it's red. And I know that sounds kind of vague still, but main character of the first game, unless you choose Ryusei. But they both end up showing up eventually in the games. I like that how in the first game, right, in the Game Boy Advance one, you could choose between the two characters. But their paths cross anyways, so you still get to play as both characters. And there's the Weiss, or the Vice? I don't know. Vice Ritter? Once again, I'm bad with names. And this episode will prove I'm bad with names. Oh, but this one is another reason why I say this was probably after the events of the second game, because it still looks like it has vines and stuff. And there's a reason that happened, but I don't want to spoil it. All I can really say is aliens. Now this one's also a unique one. This is a robot. This blue one, that's kind of hard to see, right? Blue and red and yellow. But the thing is, it can transform in two ways. It has one form as a dragon and one form as a tiger, a white tiger. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no. No. I'm mistaken. I think this is the Grungust, or the Grungust. But I think it's like the Type 2, maybe. Now the cool thing about those are, they have like these gigantic blades. Hey, there's the ult again. Oh man. But yeah, the Grungusts are so cool. And we see even more later on in this. I like how we actually get to see the ult, like that. Well, maybe with the weapons not directly at our faces, but you know what I mean. Front facing. I would have totally loved to see an open world game like this, where you can pilot whoever you, like whichever machine you want, and just get out right into the battle, just start blasting. That'd be so cool. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be easy, and people might think that sounds insane or absurd, but I think it'd be awesome. And there's the SRX with the finger beams. And the Hagane again. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but I'll try. Look at that though, it just like got rid of its armor and it's going right in again. It's so cool. I know usually I just jump into random clips, but here I'm just replaying again because there's just so much cool stuff happening, and for once I actually recognize this so well. Well, better than the Another Century episode games, anyways. This one, not as much. But the lasers and everything is so cool. There's like another, like more beams and everything. So here we actually get a good like look at what these enemies are, and I noticed they have like a mono eye thing going on. Kind of like something you would see from like Zaku's and stuff, but obviously that's no Zaku. No Zaku! Like I said, these things are new to me, so I don't know what they are. And this is so cool. So this is another battleship, and this one's known as a Kirogane. And this thing, as you can tell, has a gigantic drill at the bow of the battleship. It's kind of hard to tell in this frame, but that's what that is. And the Hagane has a giant, like, beam cannon. The tronium cannon. And there's the Daijengar. Or Daizengar. Daizengar. Definitely. And there's another Grungust, but if I recall, I think this is a Type 0. And in the games, in the Game Boy games, it looks so yellow. But in this, you can tell it's supposed to be gold, and it looks so cool. It looks amazing. I like that aerial shot of the Kirogane. And you guys are probably thinking, is there another one? Why, yes there is. I don't think we see it in this one, but there's another battleship. And there's the other Daizengar, but that one... So in the anime, they say those two, they're known as the Dynamic General Guardians, but they shorten it down to the first three letters of each part. So it's the Daizengar. I said Daijengar, but in the anime they say Daizengar. Second one, I'm pretty sure is Trombi. Actually no, it's, well, sorta. It has another name too, which starts with an A, and I'm probably just going to write it on instead because I'm going to have trouble just saying it. This is so cool. And there's the Side Buster over there on the right. On the left, I'm having trouble trying to guess what that is. Because, once again, it reminds me of a Grundgus, but I'm not sure. What gives it away is the shoulder pieces, because they look like big turbines. But I don't know. I think it's also like a mix of... Maybe it's a mix of a Grundgus and the other two machines I was talking about, where it's like there's a blue dragon, but then it also turns into a white tiger. I don't know if we see that again. And yeah, there's just so much going on. Now what confused me was this. I don't know who this is. But it looks like the Earth, or the planet anyways. Now, I don't think it went into hiding, I'm pretty sure it teleported. Whatever that structure was, it caused the whole planet to just teleport. Because it just re-emerges anyways, but it looks like a different reality. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened, but it would spoil a lot of the second game from the GTA games, but I'm pretty sure it is a different timeline when they do that. Like, you can even see the planet just, like, rotated and everything. And now it looks like... I can't tell what that is. It kind of looks like a pearl now. Or a marble. But, like, it gets, like, lines and stuff. Anyways, I know this is going to be a long video, but this was an awesome one. I'm so bad with names, but thank you again, Lim Teng. And honestly, this was so great. I really appreciate this. If you guys have any suggestions on what else I should check out, feel free to comment below, and YouTube will get a shout out. I'll try my best to make it a good one. But like I said, I'm bad with names. Yeah. If you know any other machines that I totally missed, feel free to comment below. I know I missed a couple. There's some that look like the Garlion Customs, but I know that's not what that one is. But yeah, once again, thank you again for watching, and yeah, feel free to drop a like or don't. It helps the channel and the algorithm. It's mysterious. Anyways, yeah. Bye for now.